Guys, today we're doing a news video, and the best part about that is that all of this news came out like 12 hours ago, so unless you've been sleeping all day, you may have already seen this quite a while ago. However, we are going to go through and have a discussion about it. First things first, we have a brand new Light Hall of Heroes, Heckerson, the Light Heckerson. What is the name? Is Heckerson. Heckerson Light Poison Master. He's not super crazy meta. He's got some block beneficial effects. He's got some utility for Guild Siege. Really not the best poison. In my opinion, the Poison Masters, as far as like tier of Poison Masters, it would be like the Dark one is the best. The Water one is pretty good too. The light one, the wind one have some uses. Not really anything crazy, but they do have some uses. The wind one has a lot of continuous damage. And then the fire one is absolute garbage, useless nonsense. So we do have this. If you guys are trying to build up, I was trying to skill up these Poison Masters like a couple weeks ago, like a month ago, whatever. I was trying to get these like skills for the water one. This is a great opportunity to skill up the water one or the dark one if you guys are... If you guys need skills for that, you can also use the almighty summoning pieces from the guild shop. Do one floor of... we always say this every time TOA comes... TOA? Every time Hall of Heroes comes around, we're like, yeah, do one floor of this. Use 25 almighty summoning pieces, 5 purchases worth, whatever, and then summon one. This way you get 10 of these units instead of 5 of these units if you need them for skill up. So the next thing is... but I mean, he's not like super crazy... but we'll see, you know, you never know what's going to get buffed in balance patches. But the water one and the dark one are definitely worth building. So this next one is we have a... should we see a little clip? It's really nothing. It's a 15-second clip. There were 2 15-second clips that were published in the past 24 hours on the Summoners War channel. One of them got taken down because they published the wrong... we'll just say they published the wrong 15-second clip. We'll give them credit and say they accidentally published the wrong one. They were both like 15 seconds long, though. So, this is basically just a little teaser. Summoners War 8th Anniversary coming soon. There we got the Light Art Master. He's drawn a little 8. And then it turns into a little Infinity logo, right? So, and then we got the Summoners War, and that's basically it. It's basically nothing, but then we think about it, we're like, oh, Infinity Logo, maybe it's a new rune, maybe it's unlimited runs of whatever. So here's some this is, I don't know why I screen capped it if we're going to take a look at the whole video. I thought maybe we weren't going to. So this is just the only thing that's worth mentioning is we've got this little 8, which is now an infinity symbol. Does this have some relevance in terms of like, are we getting new runes? Is this summoners have like blockchain and connotations or whatever? They already kind of said they weren't going to put NFTs in Summoners War Sky Arena. We don't know if they're going to go back on that, but that's already been the game plan. I was looking for rune symbols. A lot of these, if you guys didn't know, some of the runes in the game are actually from different cultures' runes. So these are not like things that Summoners War, like the Violet runes is... Violet runes mean birth. Rage runes are heritage and property. Like, none of these runes are like the things that it means in terms of like actual runes. But yeah, just in case you guys didn't know, the runes actually do have meaning. They did exist before Summoners War. Comp2Us just took them from other things. So speaking of Comp2Us taking things from other things, no, I won't get in on that. But I don't really think we did this for the 6th anniversary. Is they were hyping up the 6-6, you know, all this stuff, and we were like, oh, maybe they're gonna do Rift of Worlds like Raid 6. They didn't do Raid 6. They didn't do. There was a lot of stuff that they didn't do. So we got so excited thinking that they were gonna do certain things, and then they never actually did them. The story of, you know, the entire history of Summoners War. So I think that this is just. I think that this maybe is nothing. That's just honestly what I feel, is that maybe we're getting a little bit too excited about it because we've seen and been disappointed in the past. People are thinking like maybe this is unlimited runs of dungeons or whatever for a certain time. We already have times where like you just have unlimited energy to run dungeons if you want. But I don't think this really has, unless they're trying to signify that Summoners War is going to be around forever, like infinitely. Don't worry, guys. Don't quit the game. It's not dying. It's going to be around forever. I just don't think that this has much significance. Maybe I'm wrong. But who knows? I'm probably wrong. Whatever. But I think we might be looking too much into this. I think they're just trying to get people excited for the 8th anniversary, and that's about it. So the next thing is Comp2Us actually published a different video that was also the same length, so maybe we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, thinking that maybe that's why they published the wrong one, or maybe they intended to, and then they took it down right away. Whatever the case is, they published a video teasing new monsters, and then they privated it, right? So this is, I got a couple screen caps of this. This was very, very dark. I lightened it up. I took it into Photoshop and I changed everything. This is just a little city. It looks like a ghost town, which is very Contours. I see what you're saying. Summoner's War is a ghost town. 8 years into the game. I'm catching what you're throwing, Contours. I'm catching what you're throwing. Okay, so we've got a ghost town here. We've got a new character. So they already did tease that there were 2 new characters coming to Summoner. I think that was even the title of it, is 2 new characters coming to Summoner's War. So we have this little dude on the bottom. It was much darker. I changed the colors. And then we have this thing on the top. So this little dude, some people think it looks like a homunculus. I think that you guys are thinking it looks like I mean, maybe it is a homunculus. Who knows? No, they wouldn't be doing this for the homunculus. It really, I don't see this being a homunculus. But we got this dude on the bottom. I feel like this is going to be the Nat 5. Just based on this compared to the other teasers that they've done previously, it feels like this is going to be a Nat 5. And then this thing up here is going to be a Nat 4. And here's the thing up here, which they really don't show too much. They also have in the teaser trailer, there was like some snoring as if to indicate that these are things that have something to do with sleep. Maybe, but we'll discuss that in a little bit. I think that this thing in the background here, so this is the little dude. This thing in the background, this looks like a scimitar. And then it also looks like, I think this thing over here is actually from the thing up top, or maybe it's his tail or something like that. I don't know, but this looks like a weapon, and then this looks like something else. So we will see a little bit more on that later. What is the next slide is, I already showed this to you guys. So this is kind of looks like this city that this is like old school London, England. This kind of looks like the city that it was. Not quite a ghost town here. It looks a little bit like a ghost town though. Then we have, this is Jack the Ripper. So I know a couple people were mentioning like, oh, maybe it's a Jack the Ripper thing. It doesn't really look like visually like Jack the Ripper. It looks like he is in the same city, but it doesn't really visually look like Jack the Ripper, aside from the fact that he looks like he's going to murder things because he's got like a sword. It looks like, honestly, it looks like a scimitar behind his back though. Based on the curve of the blade, it looks like a scimitar. I just don't feel like the Jack the Ripper vibe. I do feel like it's an assassin type of unit. Not an assassin, the traditional assassin, but it feels like it's a unit that like puts things to sleep and then probably, I'm guessing, I'm throwing out crazy wild guesses. It seems like a unit that puts things to sleep and does a bunch of damage to them after they're asleep. That's just what I have no indication of anything that's going on with this second dude, this little 4-star. No idea. Maybe it's a CC sleep unit tank. I have no idea. Maybe it's a Snorlax. But I feel like the Nat 5 is a unit that does sleeps and then also probably does extra damage to units that are under sleeps. Then I took the liberty of taking some other screen caps of different things. I was trying to do some research on potential things that it could be similar to. This looks kind of like that. I don't know what character this is from. What is this from? This is from, I don't know. You guys can comment in the comment section what this is from. I don't remember where I took that from. We got the Final Fantasy has to make its way into every video that I do. I apologize, but not really. Then we have, this is from Dragon's Nest. So this is an assassin from Dragon's Nest, I believe. And then we have, this is another one. So I'm just going by, this is something that some of you guys mentioned that you thought it looked like. Then we have, this is what I want to, this is why I feel like this is a unit that puts things to sleep and does a bunch of damage. We do have this sleep effect will be changed, which was in the bounce patch, which no one really was talking too much about. But sleep effect is now, attack will not land as a glancing hit if you attack a sleeping enemy. So why would they just randomly do that out of nowhere with no real, who is asking like for the sleep effect to be buffed? I don't know anyone that's asking for the sleep effect to be buffed. So why would they buff the sleep effect unless there was a reason to buff the sleep effect for upcoming content? That's at least my logic behind it. Who knows? I'm probably wrong. So this is what I believe it actually might be for a few reasons. Number one is a lot of people have been, well, maybe not a lot of people. There have been people for years and years and years and years saying, hey, Comtois should introduce a jinn to the game. That's a great opportunity for a unit that already exists in mythological culture, because a lot of the things in Summoner's War are from already different cultures, right? Like we have like Taoists, and we have Chimeras, and we have Phoenix. We have all of these different things, dragons. All of these things already existed before Summoner's War. So here's another opportunity for something that exists already to make its way into Summoner's War. Also, another thing that I want to mention is that a ton of Comtois employees play Magic the Gathering. There's a lot of jinns in Magic the Gathering in general. A lot of Comtois employees play Magic the Gathering. I'm pretty sure between the two of those, the two of those sources, Comtois employees playing the game, and then also community members talking about they should add jinns. It seems like at some point jinns, and even if these are not jinns, it seems like at some point these jinns are going to make it into Summoners. Watch, it's probably nothing to do. I'm probably so far away that it's ridiculous. And I'm going to look at this in a week and I'm going to be like, wow, I was so wrong. That was crazy. That was crazy how wrong I am. So yeah, I feel like this is definitely a possibility. We got the little shirtless dude with the scimitar. Let's take a look again at is this the one? No, this is the one. So I feel like it might be an anime version of a Jinn style unit. That's at least my thoughts on this. Here's another picture of a Jinn. So a little bit more info on Jinns. Oh, you guys can't see that. That's so small. That's what she said. So a little bit of info that I was trying to dig into. Oh, you guys can't even see whatever. Little bit of info that I was trying to dig into as far as Jinn culture or Jinn mythology. Sleep paralysis is understood as a Jinn attack by many sleep paralysis sufferers in Egypt, as discovered by a Cambridge neuroscience study. Study found as many as 40% of those who experience sleep paralysis in Egypt believe it is an assault by the jinn. So there's a lot of stuff having to do with jinns and attacking in sleep. Like, this is just a thing. This is not something that, well, obviously you can see this is from like Wikipedia. This is not something that I made up. So I think that they do actually make sense together. Again, I'm probably most likely wrong. Contra's like, we knew you would think that, dum-dum. We knew you would think, and you would go here, and then here's how wrong you are. I'm like, Sometimes I feel like they just try to prove me wrong just because they think it's funny. And then this is from another game that I took this from, like a Wikipedia or something, some page from a different game. Jinn are spirits of darkness, primarily nocturnal, sleeping during the day, haunting cemeteries, ancient ruins, crossroads. However, some may be found in slaughterhouses, as blood is both appealing and tempting to them. The jinn is also known to inhabit the threshold of a house and may strike out at those who awaken them by causing disease, stroke, or paralysis. These sicknesses resist medical treatment, healing only after magic or shamanic healing has been applied. The jinn love and crave heat. I don't think the jinn craving heat really has anything to do with it, but I do think that it makes sense to have a jinn. Maybe it's not a jinn specifically, but a jinn style unit of like putting things to sleep and then assassinating them. Maybe Comtois reimagined the whole jinn thing and they're like, the sleep assassin, calling it something else or whatever. But I think that this is going to be possibly close to a jinn, or maybe the closest thing that we get to a jinn. Those are just my thoughts, but I wanted to at least give some discussion, give some input on that, instead of just being like, here's the thing you guys already saw 12 hours ago. I'm like, at least I'll do some research, right? At least I'm trying to do some research to give you guys a little bit more information, a little bit more food for thought. What do you guys think? How wrong am I? On a scale of 9 to 10. We guys gonna say 9 or 10 anyway. That's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great day. I will see you as always in the next one.